Hello, I am Garrett Godfrey, and welcome to the Crowdfunding Christian Music Podcast, where I'm working to connect artists with fans and fans with artists so that you can find and fund the music you love. This is episode 41, recorded Sunday, December 13th, 2015. Think of me as both your tour guide and filter, as we look at some current campaigns by Steve Taylor, Greg Atwells, Stephen Combs, Austin French, Coastland Music, XL and DBD, Capital Kings, and Daniel-Bashta. I hope you enjoy the show and find something you can connect with and fund. So, before we get into the campaigns, I just wanted to remind you that we've got the timestamps for each of these specific campaigns in the show notes, and the links for all the campaigns will also be in those show notes. If you back any of these campaigns, or if you just want to help them spread the word, be sure to tweet about it, post it on Facebook, mention it to your friends in real life, and spread the word. If you want to send me feedback, email me feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, or you can use @theotherccm on Twitter. So on to the campaigns. First up tonight are Steve Taylor and the Danielson-Foil. That's right, Steve Taylor, the legendary artist, director, label owner, and his band, The Perfect Foil, have teamed up with Daniel Smith of Danielson, that quirky and bizarre folk art group, to make an amazing 6-song EP of strange and beautiful music, to be titled Wow to the Deadness. The project is already done. They worked with Steve Albini. They've already approved the test pressing for the vinyl. Daniel Smith has already finished the beautiful artwork, but they've got a Kickstarter going on right now, well, for the next 10 days at least. It closes December 23rd, so that you can get all kinds of special rewards in addition to the music itself. Now, their campaign goal is $40,000, and they're almost at $35,000 right now, with 817 backers, and only 6 days in so far. They announced the campaign with a fun half-hour fireside chat you can watch on YouTube. And they also have a Guitar World write-up that's really good, letting you know about the project, how Daniel Smith came to be involved with them as well. And it's actually got a link to the title track, Wow to the Deadness. So let's listen to some of that. Here we go.
Side where the war is over, let it slide to the other side, to the other side where the war is over. I thought I was so much further along. Water seeps through these red flags, right or wrong. With every risk comes returning reward. Shadows of light trails connecting the chords. Let it slide to the other side, to the other side where the war is over. Let it slide to the other side, to the other side where the war is over. It was a battle to bring me around. Suddenly lilies appeared in the ground. I was too far out to know where to head. Cut to the heart, it's the one perfect fit. But the wow.
That is some great stuff. So for $12, you get the EP as a digital download on New Year's Day and the digital download of a live album in March of 2016. For $15, you get the digital packages before, plus the EP mailed to you on CD mid-January. For $35, you get a deluxe coffin box set. Let me show you what that looks like if you're watching the video. If you're not, just imagine a small little, well, coffin. And here's the deal with the coffin box set. So his wife, actually Steve's wife, will be the one painting the coffins, and you'll see the little photos. They're going to have photo cards for each of the band members laying in a pose. Those are not gumballs, those are little colored bouncy balls. And then the other thing that you see in the picture, it almost looks like a flower or a cross, is a USB stick with all the songs, plus a couple music videos and lyric files, and Daniel Smith designed that. So the other perk about this $35 coffin box set is you can get a personalized greeting to be delivered via email on Christmas Eve. So if you wanted to hand this off to somebody as a surprise, even though it would ship later, you can have them get a custom recorded greeting from Steve Taylor. Wow. For $50, you get all the above plus the EP on vinyl, or you can get that box set with CD. The vinyl would be delivered in February. Also, if you're in the Philadelphia area on February 13th of next year, for $200 you can get 2 tickets to the release party concert, and that's where they're going to be doing that live recording, along with all the other stuff. So check it out. The links are in the show notes, but act fast and spread the word about it quickly. This is going to go pretty quickly. It's, what did I say? 10 days left, so by the time you guys hear this, who knows? You want to get on that, though. It's some great stuff. Next up is Greg Atwells, an Australian singer and songwriter with a Kickstarter campaign for a new project to be titled Into the Sea. Now, this is themed around the story of Jonah and this picture of resurrection as he was rescued from the whale. Greg says that these songs are songs and worship that he wrote during his own time in the whale, metaphorically speaking. Let's listen to some of his song Resurrection from his website and see what he sounds like.
Resurrection as my heart, the dead in me, you raised it up. Resurrection lifts my head. You are my hope, you are my strength. When I am weak, God, you are strong. When I was lost, you led me home. Now I found joy in who you are and what you've done for me.
Now, his campaign goal is about $4,700 US dollars. He's over 20% there with 22 backers so far, and he's still got 10 days left. Now, this campaign closes early on December 24th. For about $47, you get a digital copy. That can't be right. I'm looking at my typed notes. Let me scroll down. Yeah, that's not right. For about $7, you get a digital copy of the album. For about $18, plus extra for shipping, you get the CD. For about $36, you get a thank you on the album artwork, and then there are more reward levels if you're in the Melbourne area. So be sure to check it out. Links are in the show notes. But again, like Steve Taylor's, act fast and spread the word about this quickly. It's only got 10 days left from when this was recorded Sunday night. Next up is Stephen Combs, a singer-songwriter with an Indiegogo campaign for a 5-song EP. Let's listen to a little bit of an earlier track titled Stay, just to get a feel for what his music sounds like.
Dear God, I'm writing you a song, 'cause everything feels wrong and I'm a mess, and nothing makes much sense. And since when did entropy exist? Could you explain all this to me, please? 'Cause I'm running out of time, it seems, and I'm pretty sure it's raining inside my heart. Slightly overcast and getting dark, but if you would find a place to stay, I'm pretty sure I'd see some brighter days, and I know the winter's kind of cold.
Now, he's working with New Vine Media out of New York, and the campaign goal is $5,000. He's already raised about 4%, but he's still got a couple weeks to go. This campaign closes December 30th, and the campaign is Indiegogo's flexible funding, which means even if he doesn't get the full amount pledged, he still is able to collect what was pledged to go towards the album. $10 gets you a digital copy of the EP and your name in the thank you notes. For $20, you get a set of exclusive tracks where Stephen explains the stories behind the songs. For $25, You get a CD of the EP, and then there are more reward levels, including shirts, mugs, vinyl. So be sure to check out the links in the show notes. Next up is Austin French out of Tifton, Georgia, with a Kickstarter campaign for a debut album. Now, he's currently a worship pastor, and he was featured on last year's season of ABC's show Rising Star. Let's hear a little bit of his new single, Lead the Way. Here's Austin French.
I finally say I will go where you send me. I won't fear and I won't wait. You're a lighthouse on the shore. You're a compass to the north. I surrender all today. Gonna let you lead the way, lead the way, lead the way. Gonna let you lead the way, lead the way.
Now his campaign goal is $10,000. And he's already raised $5,600 from 29 backers. With 18 days left, this campaign closes December 31st. For $15, you get a digital download of the EP a week early, and you get 2 otherwise unreleased songs that will not be on the record anywhere else. For $25, you get signed and numbered CDs and the early and exclusive downloads. And then there are more reward levels, including t-shirts, signed art posters, signed EPs, bracelets, handwritten lyrics, a Skype call, and more. So be sure to check out the links in the show notes for Austin French. Next up is Coastland Music with a Kickstarter campaign to record a full-length, all-original worship album. Now they tell a bit more about it and how this came to be, and they play some of their music in the campaign video, so let's check it out.
In 2008, a gathering of young adults came together every Friday night in the quiet coastal town of Carpinteria to seek the presence and person of Jesus. What started as a small Bible study for college kids at our home church turned into a wild worship gathering where hundreds of people up and down the coast of California would come and find life. Over time, people like Roxanne Love, Cody Perrin, and a few others found themselves leading worship together each weekend for what often became the highlight of the weeks.
For the better part of 3 years, we got to lead together every Friday night and every Sunday morning. For me, it always felt like Christmas Eve. I just wanted to go to sleep because I was so excited to get up the next morning and play. During that time, we saw God save, we watched Him heal, we saw Him set people free, and we watched people truly come to life in Him. We saw Him create a spiritual family amongst the young believers in our community, and then even in our own lives as He formed us into a family of musicians and friends who really just wanted to serve and honor Him through our music. Our heart's desire as that family is to lead worship in a way that points all attention to Jesus. Like in the Bible, where the glory of the Lord filled the temple so much so that the ministers couldn't even stand. We want to fade away so that God's people would see Him for who He is, to experience His goodness and glory, and to be transformed more and more into His image.
Because we're a family of musicians and friends up and down the coast of California, we're calling this project Coastland. So here's where we stand. We've already spent our own money, gone down to a studio in LA, and recorded our first song called Sweet Grace that you're listening to right now on this video. What we're asking you is that you would partner with us and help us raise $15,000 to be able to record the rest of the album of all original music. If we exceed $15,000, we'll be able to use that extra money to help distribute the CD and all the music. But if we fall short of the $15,000 through Kickstarter, we're gonna lose everything. We'd be so honored and stoked if you partnered with us in achieving this goal and recording this album. Thank you so much.
Now, as he said, the campaign goal is $15,000, and they're over halfway there with 18 more days to go. They've had 59 backers so far. This campaign closes January 1st. Now, for $25, you get a digital copy of the album once it's complete. For $30, you get a physical copy, and then there are more reward levels, including mugs, signed CDs, t-shirts, and more. I suppose if you ask nice and pay extra, they might sign a t-shirt. But that's definitely not listed here. Be sure to check it out. The links are in the show notes. Next up are XL and DVD. Now, this is Todd Stevens that had put out this earlier album by XL and Death Before Dishonor on Brainstorm Artists International back in '93. That was a label that Ojo Taylor and Gene Eugene ran. Amazing stuff. It's rap, but it can be with some pretty hard rockin' music. He's had an all-star cast of musicians backing him on this album. Now he's got a GoFundMe campaign going for a new album, and he's got guests including Jesse Sprinkle, Oz Fox, Jimmy Brown, Jim Chaffin, Rex Carroll, Greg Manier. Just great music. Reading through his Facebook posts, it looks like recording and mixing are done, and he's already on to mastering. Now, GoFundMe is a bit of a different platform than most of the others in that it doesn't really have designated reward levels or a deadline, but they do have a goal, and that's $5,000, and he's already raised $3,000 with 53 folks in 2 months. While there's not a specific amount that guarantees you specific kinds of merchandise, in back and forth Facebook messages with Todd, he let me know that the funders from this campaign will receive a digital copy of the album once it's complete, and he's already got some of his sample tracks up on his SoundCloud page. So let's head over there and check out a few of them. And here we go.
I'll pick you up when you're feeling down. Put a smile on your face, take away the frown. I'll make you feel in control, enhance your thoughts, make you bold, while killing your body, killing your soul. You don't know that I receive full marvel. I bring you dark into spirit, but I'm carnal. You breathe me in and I wound your very core, but I'll keep you happy till you live no more. Don't you know I love you? Yeah, I love seeing your soul gasp for air. I really love you. I'm gonna kill you, make you think I care. Hold me tight, I'm your best. No, we ain't guinea pigs for you to test the mystery. By the savage corporate elite, a college degree don't teach you how to. Because it ain't this. Set me back on the track, bearing fruits of salvation. Now help me out of my hour of desperation. This feels like a never-ending situation. My hour of desperation. This feels like a never-ending situation. My hour of desperation. They arise, shadows haunting you now, right in your own room. But you don't relate and you'll be dead soon.
So there's definitely some singing, some rocking.
Ravens! God forgive us.
Some hard music, but a heart for ministry. And it's all here on his GoFundMe campaign page. So we will definitely have the links in the show notes. Head over there, check out his Bandcamp page as well, where you can get some of his earlier stuff and take a listen to the album that I had from back in the day. It's just some great stuff. So links will be in the show notes. Next up are vinyl pre-orders available over at Superfan Vinyl for Capital Kings and Daniel-Bashta. Now, Superfan Vinyl are the folks that brought out the DC Talk, Jesus Freak, and Supernatural projects to vinyl earlier this year. Now they're releasing a Capital Kings double album, so it's the self-titled album and number 2, and Daniel Bashta's For Every Curse album onto vinyl, and are currently offering pre-orders. Now, Capital Kings are a pop electronic group, and they do some great remixes for other folks, but they also put out some great music of their own. So I'm going to play a couple samples of Capital Kings for you.
I've been upgraded.
So this double album will be limited to no more than 1,000 copies. It is expected to ship late January or mid-February, and it contains the self-titled album and the second album, and is available by pre-order for $25. Daniel Bashta is a singer-songwriter who's had his songs recorded and sung by the Newsboys, Third Day, David Crowder, Passion, Jesus Culture, Bethel Music. The album For Every Curse has already seen some remakes. You can go over to Noise Trade right now and see the Strings Sessions remake as well as the instrumentals, and those are available for free or for tip. But now the original album itself will be issued on vinyl with a few extra vinyl-only bonus tracks thrown in. Let's take listen to a few clips from that album. Here's a little bit of Seas of Crimson, and then Still I Will Praise You.
Of utmost glory, all of darkness cannot tarry, but every shackle will come undone. My solid rock, thine is the kingdom. On that day of utmost glory, all of darkness cannot tarry, but every shackle will come undone. My solid rock, thine is the kingdom. And every shackle will come undone. My solid rock, thine is the kingdom. Hallelujah, death is beaten, Christ is risen from the grave. Hallelujah, it is finished. All to you, the highest praise. You are strong enough to overcome the darkness. It's your perfect love casting out fear. You are everything when hope has been forgotten. You are everything. You are everything. You are strong enough to overcome the darkness. It's your perfect love casting out fear. You are everything when hope has been forgotten. You are everything.
The record pre-orders for $18 and is expected to ship early to mid-February, so be sure to check out the links in the show notes. Now that's it for the campaigns for this episode, but I'd like to ask you to do something. If this is your first time watching or listening, please subscribe. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever, and keep listening. See what you think. If you've been with me on this podcast for a while, please tell somebody else about it. Think of somebody you might know that might also get some value out of it. And here's my feedback challenge. Please let me know if you've ever backed a campaign because you heard about it on this show. And if you like the theme song at the beginning of the show, it's Hypostatic Union by the X Structure out of South Africa. All their music is Name Your Price over at Bandcamp right now, so be sure to check them out. So keep coming back. There will be lots more campaigns to cover soon. In the meantime, you can email me, feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com. You can message me on Twitter @theotherccm, or you can use the submission form right here at the top of the website. In the meantime, I'm Gary Godfrey, and I will see you again soon. Bye.